Hello, I'm Bernie, and a very warm welcome to this chat. I can say Happy New Year, which I will. Happy New Year, happy 2025, but I'm more inclined to wish you a kind year. Kind for yourself, and may you experience kindness from others. A year of calm, contentedness, a year of connection. More, it's heartfelt, honest connection, non-judgmental connection with yourself and connection with others. It doesn't have to be physical catching up with others, but it can be feeling energetically connected with others more. So wishing you a year of kindness, connection, calm, health. And health is physical health, yes, but it's also healthy thoughts. Whatever this year may bring you, I wish that you may approach, particularly if it's health related, approach it with a sense of calm and positivity, a sense of allowing it to be, finding peace with what is for some. So this year is a very big year for everyone on the planet. We are in a year, a universal 9 year, which is a year for ending cycles, closures, completions. It's wrapping up something. Could be for some retirement, could be for others relocation. It could be quite a closure for some on a habit that or a pattern that they've held on to for quite a while. It's a year for taking responsibility for self. It's a year for taking responsibility, finding the lesson of, it can be your reaction to something, it can be finding the lesson in something that might be repeating, finding the lesson in a pattern, finding the lesson in uncomfortability, finding the lesson in the challenge, the situation, finding the lesson in the resistance, finding the lesson in the pain, so that we can, and I say we because we're all in this year together, so that we can, by finding the lesson, we're taking the responsibility to initiate change. Not necessarily can, of course, we change others or the situation, but we can change it's our vantage point, where we stand. We can change how we feel, what we think about the situation. So taking the responsibility to be more at peace with what is. If it's not working, if you feel like you have to drag something, pull something, push something, let it go. If you feel that there's too much resistance, if you feel that there's too much tug-of-warring, let it go. It's not meant to continue. There's quite a bit of closure, completions, letting go in this year. In doing so and in finding the lesson, we find the wisdom. We gain a higher perspective. That's what this year is asking us to do. I had an experience about 3 weeks ago when I felt resistance to something, and it was a decision that I needed to make. And then before I could make that decision, there was some other factor that was coming in that was impacting on my decision. And then there was another factor that was impacting. I had feelings of feeling a little bit could be pushed or overwhelmed to make a decision. So I took it to the beach, took myself and my situation to the beach, thinking, assuming, expecting that I would wander the beach, let it go, and have a sense of making space for insight to come in. When I arrived on the beach, I was met with quite a dumping of very thick seaweed on the beach. It was thick, it was clumpy, it was preventing me from moving forward with ease. Now, when I looked at this quite a large expanse of seaweed, it had a lot of litter in it too, a lot of plastic bottles, bottle tops, twine, broken bits of plastic off, it seemed, toys or a bike. Now, I didn't feel to pick up any of the litter or to traverse through that seaweed at that moment. And this is important. What I chose to do was skirt around it, walk to the other end of the beach where there was a small section of clear sand, and I just walk up and down, up and down, up and down the clear sand. I didn't ruminate, I didn't go over my decision, I let it go. It was like it was behind me, and each step forward as I moved over the sand, on this clear sand, what do I need to know in this situation, rather than ruminate on the situation or the choices? 2 words came through: peace, love, peace, love, peace, love. I repeated those words over. It would have been 4 or 5 minutes as I walked up and down the clear sand, and also could feel the shallow water up to my ankles. Then I got the message: focus on the light, allow the light in. Focus on the light, allow the light in. I felt lighter. It was like I felt that by handing it over, trusting that I would make a decision that was right for me, I was able to move forward with a sense of lightness. So handing it over for me is handing it over to spirit, handing it over to my higher self, handing it over to the universe for me to flow, not to feel that sense of overwhelm in making a decision. I then felt lighter to then approach this expanse of seaweed. And it was interesting because when I approached it from the other end of the beach, I could find a way through it. I was approaching it from a different perspective, a higher perspective. What I did was I stepped away from the problem or the situation that I was experiencing, stepped away from it, aligned with peace and love, allowed the light in, so raising my vibration, and then approaching the decision, the situation, from a higher perspective. And in doing so, I was able to navigate through the seaweed, find a little area where I could put 1 foot. Oh, picked up a bottle. Oh, another foot on clear sand through the seaweed, and picked up a bottle top. I felt light. I felt this had a real shift, and I just let the situation go. And I also asked, in that traversing through the seaweed as I picked up litter, there was one decision that I needed to make, and it was about Christmas. And it was a yes or no about Christmas. Do I do this at Christmas? And I looked down and I saw a flicker of red and green. I bent down, and this is what I found in the expanse of dark, clumpy seaweed that had been washed up from the Pacific Ocean, the seven seas, of all of the seaweed that there is in the oceans of the world. All of the seaweed that would have been washed up on the shore that I was on, there was this little Santa. Little Santa with gifts. Little Santa. There was my decision. There was my answer. It ties in so well with the theme that we're moving through for 2025. Not to try to push through the seaweed and gather the litter and find a solution, but step back, raise your vibration so that when you approach a situation, you do it from a higher perspective. You can do it with more love, more peace. You can do it with a sense of purpose, and rather than just feeling as if you're part of something moving forward that you don't have control over. So I hope all that makes sense. Before I started this recording, I closed my eyes, and what I saw was, they weren't chess pieces, but they were little pieces being moved around. This year, there's a lot of change coming for people. A lot of change. There can be closures. Stay grounded. Now, staying grounded is pausing to do some movement, to do some breath work, to stay hydrated. It can be have a cup of tea, go for a walk, connect with nature. Stay grounded, return to feeling grounded. As things are moved around, it's almost, I could say, when I stepped away from the heaviness of making a decision, a path appeared in the seaweed as well. Take time out. Now, 333 came through, 333, for the year. It may be 3 times a day, practice 3 minutes of breathing. And it may be so that you count in for 3 and out for 3. You can lengthen that, but it was 333. It might be bring 3 acts of self-care into your day every day. 3 acts. It may be every 3 months, check in with yourself, assess where you're at, make adjustments. It can be 333 mind, body, spirit, very much about your physical self-care, very much about your mental, emotional self-care. Your thoughts carry an emotion, which carry an energy, which ripple outwards within yourself and out to others. And the third of the 3 is spirit. So it's a reminder for me of looking after our 333, our mind, body, spirit. Compassion and patience are very important this year as well. It's almost like rise above to be more compassionate. Doesn't mean to be more giving unless you feel it, but rather do it not from expectation or obligation. Connection with self is very important. More meditation, more mindfulness. Even 333, 3 minutes 3 times a day for your mind, body, spirit. 333. And it can be, you can put a sticky note somewhere on the fridge, mirror, car, phone, workplace, laptop. 333. You'll know what it is. 333. What's my 333? Am I practicing my 333 today? It could also be your intention for this year is 3. What 3 intentions for yourself? Could be, as I've suggested, kindness, more compassion, more patience. Find the lesson rather than keep on ruminating, telling the same story over. It can be important to also just watch any exhaustion or feelings of overwhelm this year. Maybe rest or bring in some more pauses into your day. Step away to readjust so that you can feel more grounded and you can connect to that peace and love vibration. Allow the light in. You are light. Allow the light in before you then approach something. I just saw then, as I'm speaking, a bird, and it was just hovering like a hummingbird over a gathering. Could be in a kitchen. So I feel this hummingbird, this bird is you, one of you. There's a woman coming through with blonde hair. Before reacting to something, pause like the hummingbird. Pause like the hummingbird. To be that higher you. To be that higher you. It's not necessarily a year to have big starts, more finishing off, closing, polishing up something. Flow this year. And if you can't flow, then step away, readjust, raise your vibration, and then see what flows. It's a big year for change, transformation. This will continue over many years, 20 years, this deep transformation, particularly clearing out karmic wounding, trauma, low vibrational energy. We'll be working with our shadow, what's been hidden in the dark. So just seeing if there's anything else coming through. I did pull 3 cards. Interesting one. The first one was purpose, and I did say at the beginning of this, live with purpose. Be a conscious creator for 2025. Purpose. So that's the card that came through, purpose. And the words, I know what I'm here to do. And if you question that, I invite you then to meditate more. Sit with calming music and just automatic writing. Just see what comes through. I know what I'm here to do. It might be to go and swim, to go and create, go do some exercise, go connect with nature, just so you switch off the mind and allow the heart to show you what you are here to do. Because this is for growth, was the second card that came through. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Of course. Otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this chat. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And that's very much so when we step away and connect with love and peace vibration. And it's a real tangible feeling. There's a lightness that will go through your body when you connect with this. And the third was love. The third card was love. I did start this short chat, or this chat, it's not short really anymore, but this chat with love, and be kind to yourself, kind thoughts. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't. didn't, done. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't, done. It's coming through really strongly. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't, done. It's done. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't, done. There's a new version, a new birthing that we're going through. Allow this new birthing. It's like the Russian dolls. I forget what they're called, but it's like one of your layers is coming off for me over the next 12 months. And 2026, there will be potentially a new version of you. You'll be still you, but you'll approach life and yourself differently when you allow more love in, love for self. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things as well. So back to kindness for self and kindness to others. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't. So I will continue, of course, to upload chats and meditations on my YouTube channel. Please, 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 it can be like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, comment. It just helps with the algorithms to expand outwards, and that's what this year is about as well for the collective, is expansion, growth. And 9 is very much connected to the collective and to the internet. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, if you feel so inclined. I am working more so online. It's very powerful online. I still work one-on-one Tuesdays and Saturdays at the Wellbeing Centre in Port Macquarie, but I am working more online. So if you'd like a session with me it's almost like to gain clarity on what your 333 might be, gain clarity on your personal year number for 2025. Yes, we've got a universal 9 across the planet, but what is your personal year number? What are your challenges? What are your strengths? What could be your focus? What could be your most beneficial way of expressing yourself, or what could be your priorities? Where might you direct more of your energy? What might need releasing more this year for you, 2025? Also, what chakras might be more activated for you this year? I'm just seeing if there's any coming through. Heart chakra, of course, for everyone, but heart chakra, and it can be also third eye. So your intuition, your intuitive self may be expanding. So you might like to reach out for a session with me to help you expand your trust and your ability to receive intuitive messages. I'm still offering my intuitive healing package. There's online sessions, 3 sessions, 5 sessions, 8 sessions, 13 sessions. And with each session, there are session notes that are emailed. You can have the session fortnightly if you so choose. There's journal prompts. We work on what's most relevant for you, that's showing up to help you clear any resistance, blockages, energetic blockages, patterns. We can work on your past lives and how they may be relevant or showing up in this lifetime, particularly connected to triggers, patterns repeating, trauma, phobias as well. And I do have my Patreon page up and running. So the month of January is about intention, and we're working through assessing our physical space, our body, as well as our self-care routine and our physical space of home, car, workspace, to see what might need letting go of and what might need or could be better served if we were to embrace something more in our physical space. We're also assessing our thoughts, our emotions, and our energetic space. There'll be 2 live sessions with Patreon this month as well. One is raising your vibration and ways to do so, and the other is connected to your life purpose and expanded vision of yourself, an expanded vision for yourself moving forward, particularly with Pluto being so active for the next 20 years in the collective. It's very much about expanded vision and transforming to have that, and to have and to hold an expanded vision for yourself. So also I'm offering numerology readings as well. So they're in 2 parts. You can just get a written report or a written report and a follow-up Zoom session with me to go over your report and clarify and ask questions. So wishing you a very kind, calm, contented 2025, one of health. And even if you're managing health, I wish that you manage it in the most positive way that you can as well. Positive and a way of, there can be of allowing or accepting maybe whatever new routine you need to bring in to regain your health as well. Wishing you prosperity, wishing you abundance. Now that of course can be, whether it be feeling more financially secure, but it can be abundance of happy memories, abundance of connections with others that are fruitful, fertile, that are heartfelt. Maybe there's an abundance of gratitude, abundance of joy, things to be joyful of, to be grateful for in your life. So I wish you prosperity, peace and love and kindness. Peace, love, kindness. And again, allow the light in. Allow the light in. Allow the light in. Look at something from a higher perspective. Find the lesson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Reach out if you need to. All the best. Bye.